let's sit back and let's take a glance at the many artists that have come and gone from hip-hop in the last 20 years. Now, let's think. And let's be honest with ourselves. If there was one artist that we could name straight off the top that received so much love and so much adoration and so much admiration for his involvement in the rap game, it would have to be none other than this man, Tupac Shakur. This man left a permanent mark, not just on hip-hop, but on the community as well. 15 years and counting after his demise, his lyrics can still be heard echoing from iPod, MP3 to CD. From LA to VA, the chanting of his war cries ring off from city blocks to country curves. To many a 80s baby, this man was the general, the commander, the El Capitan, the scholar, the philosopher, the prophet, the savior of the streets.
I gotta tell you about Tupac, the ghetto Jesus. You came from the east to the west. Why the west? Cause they trumped up some charges on it. So he came to the west, and they had him in the ocean of sharks. And the named Shaw poured him ashore. And when they poured him ashore, he had him sparkling like a diamond and smelling like a rose, and looking and living like $1 million.
To many in the movement today, this man was the whistleblower, the warning giver, the watchman crying from atop the walls. But could it be that we, as stated in the famous words of Malcolm X,
oh, I say it again, you've been had, you've been took, you've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
could it be that this man was the Trojan horse of our community, the ravaging wolf in sheep's clothing, the Mr. Hyde to what we perceive as Dr. Jekyll? Could it be that in all actuality, beyond what they had fed us to be reality, there were in fact two Pops? If this could be true, if this could be so, my friend, I ask, how deep could this rabbit hole actually go? I encourage you right now, pray for an opening of the eyes, because in these last days, deception must come through perception. Nothing is as it appears to be, my friend. Nothing is as it appears to be. So I'm sitting here, right, and I'm contemplating and I'm praying and I'm thinking for like 3 weeks straight on where to start, right? And then it hits me, like boom, like the light just goes off. Ding! It just says, man, where better to start than at the start, where everyone else starts, at the very beginning. But then I'm thinking, I have a problem. In order to start at the beginning, we're gonna have to go back. So let's go back to 1971. We find our nation in the midst of a revolution, in the midst of the practice run of Crowley's revolution. And at the forefront of this revolution stands the black man, stands the Negro. We had organized, we had come together and started one of the greatest movements known of the time, the Black Liberation Movement. At the head of this movement stands a singular organization, an organization organized supposedly by the people, for the people, to bring the power back to the people, the Black Panther Party. In this party we find a group of 21 Panthers. 21 Panthers arrested in New York City for conspiracy against the city of New York and the United States of America. In this group we find a woman facing 150 years. 150 years for 150 charges. She had no money. She had no lawyer. And to top it all off, to add to the stress, she's 8 months pregnant. But somehow, some way, this Black Panther of a woman facing 150 years with 150 charges, no money, no lawyer, and 8 months pregnant, beat the case, acquitted of all charges. A black woman, a pregnant black woman, single-handedly beat the system, beat the state, beat the federal government, at a time when J. Edgar Hoover headed the FBI, at a time when to be labeled as a Black Panther meant certain death, either in the prison cell or by the bullet of the police gun. A pregnant woman, a Black Panther woman, well acquainted with individuals like Mutulu Shakur, Assata Shakur, not to mention the Black Panther's own Minister of Defense Geronimo Pratt, beat the system. No probation, no parole, no nothing. 1 month later, LaShawn Parrish Crooks is born, aka Tupac Amaru Shakur.